The rescheduled Tattersalls Guineas breeze up sale took place at Park Paddocks on Wednesday, with a top price of 140,000 guineas paid by trainer Alan King and Anthony Bromley of Highflyer Bloodstock for an acceleration colt. Sold by Meadowview Stables, the sale-topping offering was bought for just €18,000 at the Tattersalls September yearling sale by the consigners, before being snapped up by King and Bromley, one of 4 purchases on the day, hoping to continue the buyer's excellent record of success with breeze-up horses.
Well, he was definitely our favourite horse of the sale. He had size and scope, he'd be 16-1, great mover. We don't go on times, but I do know that he clocked a nice time as well, and that's what made us have to dig deep, and I think he was the most expensive flat horse I've ever bought, but he was lovely, and Alan and his owners, I'm so pleased that they've gone with us on this one, and I hope it really works out for them well. I hope it's for Max McNeil and Niall Farrell. I didn't expect to pay as much, but when you've got David Redvers, who's a great buyer at the breeze ups, as underbidder, I take some sort of confidence in that as well, so we're really excited about the horse.
At 140,000. Thank you very much indeed.
What sort of profile is it that you're looking for when you come to a sale like this?
The Guineas sale really has always been sort of more the stamina side, as probably as opposed to the Craven, you know. We've just been very lucky, going right back to Chattez, who's, you know, he's been a dandy man he's still rated 104 now, and Rainbow Dreamer. So it's the staying type of horse, and a bit more scope sometimes. And because we've had luck, we come back, you know. A lot of people ask me why I don't buy yearlings, but I just, you know, we've got 6 months less to keep them, and through the winter we're usually chocker with the jumpers anyway, and, you know, I just think you can see it a little bit more. They've developed that a little bit more. You see them moving, and, you know, the vendors tend to sort of give you a good steer as well as on temperaments, etc. So, as I say, it's worked in the past, and we'll hopefully continue to support it.
Just one lot before the sale topper, a filly by Make Believe, the sire of the weekend's French Derby winner Mishrif, also broke the 6-figure mark, with Richard Brown seeing off underbidder David Redvers to secure her for 105,000 guineas. Like the top lot, the sale resulted in a notable pinhooking success for her consigners Justin Timmins and Danny O'Donovan of Dolmen Bloodstock, who picked up the filly at the Tattersalls September yearling sale for just €10,000.
Well, my friend Jerry Horan offered her in Fairy House back in September. He really liked her. He actually stayed in the filly. We felt Make Believe was a sire to keep on side, and he got plenty of winners in the back end of the season, so we were kind of confident coming into the spring that he could come up with a good one. But just with COVID, you'd never know what way things were going to go, so I was probably a little bit pessimistic. But she breathes good, and she was very sound after. So look, I'm hopeful that she's going to do good things on the track, and I look forward to following her.
Lot 87, the first colt sold at Tattersalls by German-based first-season sire Lucky Lion, piqued buyers' interest, with Jake Warren seeing off competition from Richard Brown and Mags O'Toole to secure the Scopy individual for 95,000 guineas. The Tally-Ho stud consigned colt is set to go into training in the UK, having been secured on behalf of a syndicate. Another pedigree to have benefited from Royal Ascot's success was that of Kodiak filly Lot 47, a daughter of the Tally-Ho-based sire who enjoyed a notable Royal Ascot treble with his offspring. The filly out of champion older mare in Italy, Fair Nashwan, was consigned by the Wexford-based Derry Connor Stud, a partnership between the operations Katie McGiven and breeder Nafferty Stud, and was signed for by trainer James Tate.
I just thought she was a standout of the sale, really. I think she was the quickest time, or certainly very close to it. She looks like a really fast Kodiak, and thought she did everything right, and looking forward to hopefully running her later this month. She's bought for Sheikh Juma, Dalmuk Al Maktoum, and hopefully you'll see her out shortly.
The recent success of Kodiak also proved attractive to Michael Orlandi of Compass Equine, who went to 82,000 guineas for a colt by the stallion from Tally-Ho Stud.
Well, I suppose firstly with the sire is very consistent. He had a fantastic Royal Ascot. He's probably gone to a whole new level as a stallion. The 2-year-old did a great breeze, he did a good time. Physically, it's a very nice horse. For a collie, he's quite big, quite rangy, which I was really taken by. Great action, both in the walk and trot, but also in his breeze. Very professional. He's from a fast family. The dam's a half-sister to Lovelace, who's a very fast horse for Mark Johnson. And all in all, he was kind of the perfect package to some degree. He goes to Dave Loughnans, he's for Culber Sohi. Culber's had a lot of success with Dave. Dave's horse are running very well. He had a horse place in Royal Ascot and Queen Mary. And hopefully this horse can add to the success of both Dave and Culber Sohi.
At the conclusion of the sale, Tattersalls marketing director Jimmy George reflected on the day's trade.
Overall, we'd be pretty pleased with the way the 2020 Tattersalls Guineas Breeze Up sale has gone. I think it's probably fair to call trade solid if unspectacular. But I think in the current climate, solid and unspectacular are almost positives in themselves. And like the rest of the Breeze Up sales season in Europe this year, it hasn't been easy staging these events, and I think it's a tribute to everybody involved, buyers, consigners, all the ancillary staff that go to putting on an event of this nature. Everybody's worked incredibly hard, so to see the figures hold up as well as they have done is a great tribute to the resilience of the global bloodstock market. The turnover obviously was a little bit down, as was the size of the catalogue and the number of horses presented, so 23% down in turnover is a pretty well identical reflection of the smaller numbers presented. The average is pretty well identical to last year, and the clearance rate is in excess of 80%. So all three of the Tattersalls Breeze Up sales here at Park Paddocks this year have achieved clearance rates in excess of 80%, and I think that's a fantastic tribute to everybody who's participated. And people have been resourceful. They have used every available way to make sure they can continue to be active in this market. We've introduced the live internet bidding platform this year, and that's been widely used by buyers from throughout the world, and obviously is an innovation which is here to stay. So we've been pleased to see how well received that's been, and I'm sure it'll continue to play a part in the 2-day July sale, which starts tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.